Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 28 of Crusader Kings 2. We are now a king of our own kingdom and we're going to have to make a slight change of tactics in this playthrough. And that's because now there's not much point in fabricating enclaves for counties and duchies within Lombardy, because we no longer have the same ruler. So if we were to attack any of those duchies or counties, we have to attack the King of Lombardy each time, which is not too bad because we can probably beat him, but we'll continually have a truce with him. One of our children lacks a focus. This is our daughter. You don't have any... That's betrothal. That's not what I want. We want education focus. You don't have any specific traits, so let's go for thrift. That should be fine. So we are currently trying to fabricate a claim here in Aquila. I don't think we have such a thing yet. Or maybe we do. Apparently we do have a claim there. It looks like we do anyway. Let's go and have a quick look at that. So we'd have to declare war on your direct liege. You have access to 2.4k troops. You do have a couple of pacts, which is very unfortunate. The King of Aquitaine, who has 3.11k troops, and the King of Pannonia, who has 3.5k troops. That is not insignificant, to be honest. So where else could we attempt to grab? A lot of this stuff down here belongs to the Byzantine Empire, so we can't really or safely grab much of that. This would definitely be some of the best place to try and take, but yeah, we can't declare war on this guy directly. You have to declare war on your liege. And the claim isn't ours anyway, it's actually for our nephew, so we can afford to wait until we get the claim. So, Count Sinibald of Orivetio is trying to usurp my title. His Chancellor is supposedly travelling around Firenze trying to find both documents and supporters to help him legitimise the claim on the title. We can try and make him disappear. It never works because my spies are always unsuccessful. People of Thrake have progressed. Good. Assassins have failed miserably. They always do. Never been a shortage of soldiers. How many troops do we currently have? 7.32k is actually not too bad. And we are working on building up a retinue. We're kind of at the max of what we can have right now. Well, actually, it's not quite true. There's a tiny bit more space, but we can't get anything else in there. So you need an education focus. You are my son. You are quick. You're conscientious. You're haughty. And you're an idolizer. But idolizers don't work well with that. We could go for diplomacy. You don't have much martial, though. Brooding and conscientious, but haughty doesn't like. You are an idolizer, haughty, and conscientious. Which none of those really suit. Well, you are... So you're not willful. And you're an idolizer, so you'll be hampered. You are conscientious, but you're also haughty. We'll go for that one, because it's kind of 50-50 which way it's going to go. And we're listening to the Christmas music again. We have got some money. I do want to save it. We could build some more buildings, of course, and try and increase our retinue cap. But we want to save up enough to be able to grab some of this land here. And possibly make sure that... Well, we'll need some of the money for the claim. But we'll also want to make sure that we have enough money in the bank in case we have to hire mercenaries. I also need to unpause the game. That'll help. So let's look at our technology. Military organisation, we are a long way off from getting that. It'd be nice if we could get that, because then we'd be able to have even more levy. Castle infrastructure we're a bit short on. We could go for trade practices. We could go for religious customs, which would give us more temple vassal opinion. No real reason not to, so let's go ahead and take that. The peasants of Pisa are quite far apart and spread out. Spymaster suggests investing in a provincial messenger system. Yep, it's only 21 gold for 25 prestige and increases the supply limit. So I've got no problem with doing that at all. No important decisions are available. We can get ourselves a new court physician. Let's hope we don't have to wait too long. I no longer find joy in stuffing myself with fine wines, red meat, and rich sauces. I think I need a diet. We lose the trait gluttonous. Nice. That's actually sorted our martial score out a little bit there. Your scouts inform you of a most skilled physician residing in a nearby village. Even though he lacks any formal schooling and supposedly is a raging alcoholic, the villagers swear that he has been able to cure any ailment afflicting them. This Schifferedo could easily be persuaded to come and take up residence in your court. He is a drunkard. He's paranoid. He's gregarious. And he's a detached priest. No, he's going to disappear without a trace because he doesn't seem particularly useful for the job at hand. So let's go and unpause again. So one thing I wanted to check on were the laws and who we were voting for. So we're voting for this son here. Let's have a quick look at our son. So we've got you. This is Hardan. 2831. No particularly great traits. Then we've got Kenny. He's a 46565. Then there's Afro, who's a 74698 and quick. And then there's Rick. To be honest, Afro's looking like he might be the better pick at the moment, so we'll keep our eye on that. We can shut the gates. There's some epidemics going around. So we've got a little bit of... is that smallpox? So here's this. Hardan has become a tough soldier. That's not really a great one to have. We've fulfilled the ambition to groom an heir. That's actually consumption that we've got to worry about down there. Well, that's fine. So, let's do some things. We need to pick an ambition for ourselves. So, let's see the realm prosper. We need to marry off our heir. So, this is Hardan. So, we could marry you off... You're all a little bit young. We want one that's actually old enough. Okay, first of all, do we have any geniuses? There are some. There's a 21-year-old genius. You don't have terrible stats either. I think that's the one for you. You're married off to a genius. And of course we've got unlanded sons. Well, I don't really want to give too much away at the moment. The only thing you risk for having unlanded sons is a little bit of a prestige drop. As you can see, one unlanded son gives us minus 0.8 prestige per month. And we're making way more than that. So it's not really an issue. Of course, if we take more land, we can afford to give some away. So that's fine. How is your chance of actually getting this claim? 18.4% yearly. Really doesn't feel like you're doing that well. Another Chancellor is trying to get a claim. Now, do we have a better Chancellor we could appoint? No, we don't. People are trying to get claims against me, but that's fine. Let them try. I might actually just move the retinue out of here, just in case the consumption spreads that far down. We have a new Pope. And at least if we start taking some land that is potentially the wrong religion, we may find that we have something else for our chaplain to do, as opposed to just constantly sucking up with the Pope. As he's growing older, I can see that Kenny Wilson could use some guidance in one of my experienced areas, the art of war. This is my chance to make an effort for the sake of his education. What can I offer? So this option, well, both of these are due to my martial skill. He can gain the trait brave and I become stressed. Or he can become wrath and I would become cruel. Cruel's not bad. It gives us more intrigue and more morale damage. Or we can let him learn on his own. I think I'm going to let him learn on his own because I think Afro is going to be the slightly better ruler, who might be the one we vote for. He's developing a demeanour for natural humility. Chance of him becoming content. Well, we don't want him to become content. We want him to lose timid and become humble. Humble is much better. So humble gives him same trait opinion and some extra monthly piety. Being such an industrious ruler, you have not gone unnoticed by the population of Pisa. By paying the country elders a personal visit, they would surely be inspired and the peasants would feel particularly appreciated. A small donation would go a long way, of course. Sure, let's go and spend 20 ducats. It's not all that much. We don't seem to be making all that much money now, do we? Let's have a look at my pact. We don't have our tributary anymore. That's interesting. So let's have a quick look at you. Mission to Rome has been a success. So you're not my tributary anymore. Yeah, I've got nothing coming in. That's why we're making no money. So you should be independent, and you are. You don't really have any pacts that I need to worry about. So we're going to go ahead and declare a war on you to make you a tributary. We're going to go and raise our military up. Get you all together probably somewhere where there isn't consumption. Although we're getting quite a lot of it. You are going to try and dump a massive army down on top of me. In fact, you've dived in there, which is a little bit unfortunate. You actually caught me as I was trying to get away. But we will land on them, even though we didn't actually have any generals in that army. Count Geraldo of Mantua has unearthed authentic love letters proving that Count Galetto of Padua is actually a bastard. His mother, Rosamond, has a torrid love affair with the Count Ordwin of Salerno. How should I use this shocking information? Threaten him with exposure unless he stays out of all factions. Count Wittenberg, Grisons is trying to assert my title. His chancellor is supposedly travelling around. Make him disappear. Try to bribe him. Let's try and make him disappear. Sooner or later that's going to work. Just left at the evidence flat out refusing. Right, so we've got some stuff we need to do. Let's get all of you over here. Let's try and get a group together. Yep, we still can't actually kill anybody off. I just want to try and make some money. So we're going to group you up. I can lead the centre, I suppose. That's fine. So we still can't get over here, which is a little bit unfortunate. So we should be able to raise some boats. Now, the problem with raising boats is it costs an absolute fortune. But we can do it. Now, we don't have to worry about getting attacked. There is no such thing as naval combat in CK2. So all we want to do is get all of the boats around to this side. We've actually not quite got enough boats. He wants peace already. It's probably a white peace. Oh, they surrender. He becomes a tributary. Okay, fine. Didn't even need to worry about the boats, did I? Let's let them all get there. There's all of the boats. You guys go ahead and stand down. And then you guys... let's get you out of the sort of plague area. And disband the unit. No retinues will be disbanded. We keep the retinue. Prince Harden has been growing weaker and weaker. Over the last few weeks, I have just been informed that his affliction is indeed consumption. Yeah, that's not too good, really. We can arrest somebody. Righteous imprisonment of our vassal here. Now, you are a faction leader. 37% chance to capture him. We'll give it a go. And we've actually managed to arrest him. That's fine. We haven't looked at the factions for a while. So we should probably go ahead and do that. We're at the intrigue screen. So there are a few threats here. No known plots at the moment. We've got a few prisoners. There's a random mayor. You're worth 25 gold. Let's let you out. You are worth 10 gold. You're the guy we've just locked up. I think we'll be keeping you. 10 gold from you. No one wants to ransom you. No one we can banish. Okay, that's fine. He's complaining about his dark cell. Off to the oubliette for you then. Change of scenery. Accept paying your ransom for the safe return. So these are some of the Sunni ones that we actually took during the crusade. Let's come to... Oh, right. Okay, we have got a claim. Now, that's quite an expensive claim to get. Now, we could do with trying to suck up somewhere else or get another claim. Where could we try and claim next? I guess we could just try and claim on here directly. Let's go ahead and send our Chancellor there. Fabricate a claim over here. So, right, now we've got a claim on Aquila, or Aquila. Now, you still have some pacts, do you not? You actually only have one pact now, which is the King of Aquitaine. You've got 2.78k troops. He's got 4.66k troops. Which is a problem. Now, where exactly are you? You're all the way up there. You are currently in another war as well. So this might be an excellent time to attempt this. So let's go ahead. We are going to declare a war for Aquila. We're going to send that. We can call in our allies. We can call in Venice. So sure. Let's go and raise our levies, including the vassal levies. Let's get everyone together in Verona. Still a bit of consumption here, so we've got to be careful with that. Venice is coming to help, so there's another 500 men. Now our daughter is ill as well. We need this consumption to go away. We could close the gates. We might have to do that soon. In fact, I think we will. Just to be safe. Let's go ahead and shut the gates. We will lose some diplomacy. But I think it needs to be done. So, we are paused. Let's group the army together. We are not leading here. Now then, you probably want to be in the middle. Not our best leaders. But let's go over here and start doing what we need to do. Yeah, a few people are closing their gates now, which is not to be surprised. Let's go ahead and kill your troops. That's Austria, actually. What are you doing down here? It's not Austria that I'm actually at war with. Right, there's your army up there. But you've only got like 2,000 men, so I'm not particularly bothered by that. Now, where did Venice's troops disappear to? You're trying to flank around me, aren't you? Now you've changed your mind. If I march in here... Kenny Wilson has finished his education in stewardship. It's evident that he's excelled in his studies. Nice. Got no diplomacy, though, which is not good. Any particular reason? Oh, it's because the gates are shut. Still, he doesn't have much diplomacy at all. So this is going to be a bit of a rough fight, because we're fighting several armies here. We are going to win, of course. And it's this army that we actually want to... No, we'll try and kill your army off. Rick is ill as well. So even with the gates shut, people are still getting sick. And the hospitals are so expensive in this game. Let's try and chase you down. We're only on 1%. We'll try and keep killing this army off where we can. That's a rather large army there that has just come in from the other side. I didn't think this guy... Oh, we're actually losing a little bit here. I didn't think this guy was going to get involved. We actually lost to that army. I'm quite surprised at that. Let's move over here. We can call in allies. Another Doge of Venice. He will honour his obligations. A lot of things going on here. Dangerous factions. Truce is expiring. We don't want to lose the tax. We'll take the revolt risk. So, let us go ahead. Oh, King of Lombardy's actually declared war on me now. Well, that's not a good thing, is it? Let's go and move straight in. My wife is pregnant. If we can actually catch some of his armies out, try and grab them before they manage to form together. Now we've got rebellions firing. Luckily, the Lombardy armies are fighting my peasants for me. So that's nice. We can call in more allies. Yeah, he will honour that one. The revolt's already over, so there's one job done. So what have we got here? We want to try and catch this army out if we can. Right, I'm going to slow the game down a little bit because I'm having trouble chasing armies down right now and I don't like it. So, we don't really want these armies to form up. This is the problem. We do have several different wars going on right now. We can win, if we can win a couple of battles, we might be alright. You do have the numbers on me, but I'm going to go and take the risk. And we do have the negative penalty there. We're taking slightly fewer losses. And we've already been flanked on, like, all sides. There's a jihad going on now. Let's get out of here. We need to retreat from that. Well, this may end up being a short campaign. Hopefully they don't chase us down. Oh, they are. They're chasing me down. Yeah, Afro and all that stuff. No, don't run into him. Go around him. In fact, come back down here to the capital. This is a little bit unfortunate. We're currently losing sort of both of our wars at the moment. We have another son. I can't be bothered to name him at the moment because I've got more important things to deal with. We certainly go ahead and beat this army up down here. And I think it might be time to hire some mercenaries if we can afford to. We have a little bit of money. Mercenaries. Doesn't take an awfully long time to spend all your money though. But let's get the White Company. Because that is a significant amount of extra men. Got a victory there. Got a tithe, which is nice. Won a victory there. Let's put all of you guys together. Improve your skill at diplomacy. So what we want to try and do is get out of both of these wars as quickly as possible now. So we're going to have one big group, hopefully with a better leader. Come on, hurry up. Right, let's go ahead and group you together. Let's make sure we're the good guys in the middle. So let's go and attack Lombardy's army now. We'll try and whittle those down a bit first if we can. So now that we've got this mercenary company, we should be able to do this. I mean, it will cost us a fair bit of money. If I have to borrow from the Jews, then that's what we'll do. We lost a siege there, which is problematic. Somebody was captured and is now my prisoner. Quite a few people, actually. Harden has been a little bit ill. So let's chase you down, then we'll go and chase this army down. Geraldo is no longer steward, so we've lost a steward. Let's go ahead and get a new one. You're in seclusion. You do have the highest stewardship. You're wounded. I guess you will do, but we can't appoint you now. One children, that's an education focus. This is Rick. You're playful, indolent, and shrewd. Go for thrift then. I know it doesn't really go with indolent, but... you can come in as well. Just try and get as many people into this as possible. Let's unpause. Let's keep trying to chase that army down if we can. See, it's good having tributaries because they will still fight for you. Let's just march into Trent. Trying to get a good night's sleep, but I'm tormented by horrible, recurring nightmares of our people. The pleas for help and the hurtful words begin to get to me. We have to open the gates and help them. Minus 10 general opinion. Or I want to survive this. We don't want to be brave. So we don't want to lose brave. Let's try and kill that army off again if we can get to them. And we certainly can. Now, you're getting a little bit too much war score, so we're going to go in here and try and siege our land back. Getting through money quite quickly. But we do want to defeat this army as quickly as we can. Had a defeat somewhere. Not overly concerned. Just need to beat these armies back. Must find a court physician. Yes, well, something we've been trying to do for a while. These damn pop-ups. We'll lose the piety. I can't afford to lose the gold. And in fact, we are going to... borrow from the Jewish merchants. And also, how much does the Pope like us right now? He doesn't. So we can't borrow any money from the Pope. So chase that army down. Hopefully. Getting a few defeats here and there. A messenger brings you word from Regillo Nel Emilio. One of the priests residing there is willing to serve as your personal physician. So this guy is possessed. Don't require his services. So we've got a little bit more money, but we need to really get out of these wars, and we need to do it quickly. We are starting to make positive progress, actually, in our war against Lombardy, which is good. Now, another important thing to remember in CK2 that makes it different from EU4 is that truces only work one way. So if you declare war on somebody, you will get a truce with them, but they won't get a truce with you. So they can just declare war back on you instantaneously. Which is kind of what part of the problem is going on here. We'll let the merchant caravan in. I'm hoping for some good events. There's a opposed to some bad ones. As evening falls, the fat merchant sits by the fire and regales you and the rest of the court with stories of his travels. His appetite seems insatiable. You do not wish to prove a poor host. So we give him some more food. And he gives us this random courtier guy. That is fine. Who is he? Why do we want him? He is a hunter. He has a lot of martial. He's a holy warrior. He has a lot of combat skill. Kindly accept your gift. Now, can I make this guy a commander? Because he looks absolutely fantastic. Minor titles. Show commanders. We've got loads of commander slots we could have. You're definitely going to be a commander. Harden, you can be a commander. Most of you are terrible. You could be a commander. We'll try and keep Afro off the front lines, if we can. You have -2 personal combat skill. And everybody else is kind of terrible. So let's just go and grab our army here. And let's go and put you on that side. We'll leave you leading the centre. And I think that is fine. But what we will do is we will continue on in the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Crusader Kings 2. I'll see you next time. And until then, goodbye for now.